Okay, so today we're going to deep dive into this idea, finding peace,
Yeah.
even when things are getting a little messy, a little conflicty.
Yeah, totally. And we've got this great reflection from a listener and a quote that really hit me hard. And I think the goal here is to try and figure out how to choose peace, over being right.
Right, or even like needing to be right.
Exactly. And how to kind of like tune out that stuff that just sucks the energy out of you.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Like, when you think of the word benign,
Uh-huh.
like harmless, mild, kind, right?
Yeah.
What if we looked at our interactions through that lens? Like, is this conflict really, serving me, or is it just
Is it benign or not?
yeah, is it benign?
I like that.
So this listener wrote in, and it's a great example. They were having this super frustrating plumbing issue.
Right, the classic. Yeah.
Right up there with noisy neighbors.
Always.
But the thing is, like, they're stuck between this neighbor who's like adding to the drama and the property manager who's the one who can actually fix it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've got this like conflict on top of the actual problem.
Exactly. And they said they felt that urge, that like totally human thing to just get into it with the neighbor, to be like, look, you're wrong. I'm right. This is how it is.
Like, I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah, for sure. But here's the thing. They realized like getting into a fight with the neighbor wasn't going to fix the leaky faucet.
Not going to help.
No, it was like a conscious choice to be like, okay, I'm going to save my energy. I'm going to focus on the person who can actually make this better.
Oh, they went straight to the property manager.
Exactly. They went right to the source.
That's some serious self-awareness right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it makes you think about all the other noise we deal with on a daily basis,
Yeah,
right?
that's like constant.
It's like sometimes it feels like people are trying to push your buttons and, get a reaction out of you, maybe even make you question yourself.
Yeah, like gaslighting almost.
Right. And the coolest thing is realizing you don't have to play their game.
You have the power.
You have all the power. You don't react. You don't give that negativity any oxygen, and you stay balanced. You stay in control.
So it's about being able to spot those like energy vampires, those interactions that are just going to drain you.
Exactly. And then just stepping back.
Like finding your own rhythm.
Yes.
And not letting someone else's bad vibes
Yeah.
like dictate your whole day.
Love that. And the listener specifically talked about finding their own peace in that situation. And I think that's what we're really getting at here.
Yeah, that's the core of it for sure.
And it ties in so perfectly with this quote from James Thompson. It's like, you cannot rob me of free nature's grace. You cannot shut the windows of the sky through which Aurora shows her brightening face.
I love that quote. And when I read it, that phrase, free nature's grace, it feels like that inner peace we all have, like that baseline calmness.
It's always there.
It's always there no matter what's happening around us.
It's like those windows of the sky, that connection to our inner peace. They stay open.
No matter what.
No matter how much craziness is going on outside.
So that brightening face of Aurora, that hope, that tranquility, it's always accessible.
It is. And the quote really speaks to this idea of resilience. That our inner peace is something no one can take away from us.
So it all comes down to choice, right? We can choose peace. We can filter out all that negative noise, and we can protect that inner calm.
We have the power.
We do.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy, but I think realizing we have that choice, that's the first step.
That's huge. And, this brings up something I think would be really valuable for everyone listening to think about.
Okay, I'm listening.
Think back to a time recently where you might have felt that urge, to get into it with someone, to prove you were right.
Been there.
But maybe you chose a different path. Maybe you chose a more peaceful approach.
Okay.
What happened? How did it play out? And what did that experience teach you about your own ability to stay centered even when things are chaotic?
That's a good question.
It's worth reflecting on.
Absolutely it is. Great deep dive today. I really enjoyed that.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely anytime.